What is cooking today in the wide-eyed way? It is fresh basil and tomato tart. I'm Natasha Hodge. I'm here to help you get the best from your body by eating the best food that your body recognises and thrives on. So everything that we put in, we know the ingredients, we know that the ingredients are good for us, and that means that our bodies can look after us way into the future. We can lose weight when we want to. It's self-regulating and self-fulfilling, and you just feel so good that you keep eating this way. So what I've done is I've used a low-carb pizza base, which we've talked about before, and if you haven't made them or haven't seen my previous videos, head over to YouTube, type in my, if you look through my videos, but if you look through for low-carb pizza base, best ever or easiest ever, or I can't remember what the hell I've put it down as, or go to the website natashaswideeye.com. And it's super easy, and the recipe that's on there is to make 2 pizza bases, and this is what they look like when you first when you make them. So it makes 2, and this is obviously one that's already been cooked, and then what I'll do is I will roll it up, put that one in a bag and pop it in the freezer so that I've got something on hand and I can make a meal in 10 minutes. Obviously you just need to leave it to defrost for about 15 minutes, but then you whack it in the oven, job done. But the difference I've done for making this tart is that I rolled the edges, and you can do that for your pizza base so that you get a thicker crust if you like, but I like it thin and crispy when I make my pizza bases. But for the tart, what I needed to do was I wanted to contain the pesto because it's quite oily and didn't want it running all over the place. So I rolled the edges so that you got a sort of a thicker edge on it, and you'll see that when I take it out of the oven. So what I then did, so it was rolled, then it was cooked, then I spread some fresh pesto, which takes 5 minutes to make, 5 minutes including the washing up. So I think this was 2 packs of 30 grams of basil leaves with the thick stalks just torn off. They go into the processor, a few pine nuts, you could use cashew nuts, and a bit of salt, 2 small cloves of garlic, and then enough extra virgin olive oil to make it into a decent consistency. Now at this stage, when I put it into the fridge, I don't add parmesan, so you do need cheese in pesto, but actually when I'm just using this for cooking, it doesn't need the cheese, and it will last longer in your fridge as well. So so obviously there's a fair bit left, so I'm going to get a pesto pasta out of that. That's the low carb pasta again. I've got that on YouTube. And I spread a thin layer of this onto my base. And then we're going to talk about, again, on the tomato front, what we don't want is anything that's going to interfere with our digestive system. And tomatoes, the seeds and the skin are often not very good for us, so you might have a stomach of steel. But if we're trying to look after ourselves and we want to put the best in, and we want to get the least amount of adverse reactions, so you might not notice it, but it might be coming out somewhere else, or your body's just having to work harder. And who needs that? You don't want your body to have to work harder. Often plants have a protective mechanism, and the tomato wants those seeds to come out the other end so that it can be fertilised and you know, will grow again somewhere else. So they've been designed to fly through our digestive tract unharmed. but you don't want that. You just don't want that going through. And the same with the skin, okay? It's a protective mechanism of the plant, of the fruit of the plant, because don't forget, tomatoes are a fruit. So all I've done is boil up the kettle, left the tomatoes in boiling water for about, well, I think it's about 3 to 5 minutes. Then I've poured the water away, taken the skin off, taken the seeds out, and you can see that's all that's left in there. So I've been left with quarters that have no skin and no seeds. And then I've just chopped them up, popped them on top of the pesto, and then grated some Parmesan. Parmesan is fantastic. It is unpasteurized milk, so it's got some great bacteria in there that's going to help your gut as well. We just want to populate your gut with friendly bacteria that then help your immune system, that, you know, literally give you a boost. So, you know, we're trying to think of ways to cook food that tastes delicious, that's quick and easy, but that you're in charge of. You're always in charge of the ingredients. Another great thing about basil, and of course we've got it fairly concentrated there because we've whizzed it up in the food processor. The green of any green leafy vegetable is a superb antioxidant, and that just helps your cells to not rust as fast. And that, you might think, what, rust? Yeah, we oxidize. So if we're eating things that are sugar laden and things that we shouldn't be putting in our bodies, our cells age faster. They're basically rusting. And your bones, if you look at a young person's bones to an older person's bones, they rust as well. So you've got nice light bones at the beginning, and if you've not eaten very well or looked after yourself, you've got brown bones at the end. And you're just trying to keep yourself, well, anti-aging would be great. I'm 51. I'd like to, well, my aim is to get way past 100. So I want antioxidants in there. I want anti-inflammatory things, and herbs are a superb source of antioxidants and anti-inflammatories. And basil specifically has a nice high potassium content, and you need that for all your muscles and your heart especially. It's a good source of vitamin C. It's a good source of K1, not to be confused with K2. K1 is so that your blood clots properly and your blood, you know, is free flowing, and it's fantastic for your whole body. There's magnesium in there, calcium, you know, loads and loads of different things. You're also getting other things from the olive oil, and it's just a really nice way of getting those your full spectrum of colours is in your dark green leafy vegetables, and basil is just one of those, and that's then means you're getting the full range of antioxidants. So all good. I'm not kidding you. I wish you could smell how good this, oh, look at the timing of my, I'm always very impressed with myself. Blow my own trumpet, because that is just superb. Right, well, let's see if it is actually cooked. Woohoo! Looks pretty good. Wow, look at that. Oh, so this is an experiment. I've never done this before. God, look, and the edge is crispy as well. That just looks delicious. Oh, I am seriously impressed with that. So in the past, I've made a similar thing with pastry, and of course we don't want pastry. Not only is shop bought pastry filled with vegetable fat, which is super unhealthy for us, and also, you know, it causes furring of the arteries. I mean, vegetable fat in puff pastry, whoa, do not get me started. And then of course on top of that you've got the carbohydrate content. which is sending your blood sugar sky high. And when your blood sugar is sky high, you have to have insulin pumped out of your pancreas because your body doesn't know what else to do. And insulin is the part that does us the most damage. So if you've got high insulin all the way through the day because you're eating cereal in the morning, bread at lunchtime, potato pasta, rice in the evening, insulin is there all the time and you just don't want that. In fact, that is the last thing you want in your body. Excuse my nose. So quick and easy. Yeah, this is going to sit in the fridge. It's going to do me another couple of meals. The tomatoes, you know, maybe 10 minutes to, you know, including the boiling water part. And the bases took me about 10 minutes to make. Of course, that could be sitting in the oven, in the freezer. And actually, you could have had a rolled edge one, rolled it up and frozen that, so that was ready to go on the. Oh God, you can see it's so. The edge is so. Oh my God, it smells so good. So I'm going to have it with a pea shoot baby leaf salad. So I'm going to get some more leafy greens in there. I'm going to dress that very simply with olive oil, white wine vinegar and some salt and pepper. And I'm going to eat the whole of that. It's not, you know, that's not to share. I'm eating everything. So I hope that's helped. I am Natasha Hodge. I want you to grab life. I want you to get the best out of every moment. And you can only do that if the food you're eating is rebuilding you, repairing you, making you into the best version, the version you were born to be. That's all I want for you. And then you can thrive, you can do whatever you want in life, and you'll have the energy and the positivity to keep going with it. You take care of yourselves. Thank you very much for watching. If you know somebody that would benefit from this, share it. That would be really good. And I, of course, will see you next time. Take care now.